Uh, Hi everybody, I'm Mihkel. I represent the Estonian state here as I work in the Ministry of Culture. And it's really something that's close to my heart. And this is why I think this discussion that is always growing is so important. But I'll begin with a question. What do you think? Is the Estonian cultural management sustainable? Any hands? Somebody has? Kalmar, maybe you know. Is it sustainable? Is it something that that we can say that, yeah, we are there? Is it, for example, better or worse than, for example, pig farming in Estonia? Does it have an impact that's less than pig farming? The fact is that we just don't know. We don't know. And we might even not know that we don't know. Or we might be happy with like the things are now. But as we discussed the sustainability topic, the most important thing is that there are no get out of jail cards for free in this topic. The fact that you maybe collect cigarette butts or do diligent waste management doesn't make you sustainable yet. You can only become sustainable through systemic action and approach that takes in account all impact on the environment. All. You can, of course, start with the low-hanging fruit. It makes sense. It's simpler. It's cheaper. But also, and maybe most importantly, every step of the way, you'll be learning new tricks. You'll get to learn stuff. And after the first steps, the really impossible stuff, that was completely like out of this planet, you might actually start seeing the path. How could I actually do that? To whom I have to call, and how do we do it? It might actually seem simpler than at start. Because you and your people and your organization and your network is smarter. You are more agile, and maybe not the least importantly, you are more visible also. I guess like sustainability is a bit like innovation. You have to constantly work on it. It's a kind of a mindset. You fail, but you learn from failing. There is no "Pee-hoo, we're sustainable now." There's no such state. There is another elephant in the room also. While some of the cultural organizations are very keen to learn on how to become more and more sustainable and to do even little actions, there are some who just don't see the angle, the proximity of sustainability as a topic to the cultural field. What do you mean sustainability? What do you mean sustainable? I'm doing plays or books or concerts. That's culture, man. As if culture didn't have anything to do with sustainability. This position of culture, this position that culture is something so special that, like the old school dirty dancing, you mean like a cultural production with waste and emissions is still sexy. But it's not. And it's going fast out of fashion with the difference that this fashion is never coming back. There's a generation of spectators and cultural, let's say, people interested in culture who are not interested in seeing dirty productions. They'll boo the dirty productions. So dirty culture is going out of fashion. The other challenge that instantly arises when you represent, for example, the Ministry of Culture, who gives out money, is like money. You know, okay, you want us to be sustainable, so give us money. Give us more money. And I do agree that when you rebuild a theater or a concert house, you need like considerable investments. And I think the state should take that in account. I do agree that some of the smaller like actions that you can do will cost a bit more money now. But first off, not everything that is sustainable is necessarily more expensive. That's a myth. So you just can refuse some really wasteful activities that now is considered like normal comfort, and it might be even cheaper. Think of reusable dishes instead of organizing plastic waste. Think of organized transport included in the ticket price to faraway venues of culture instead of managing these country road traffic jams and these really ugly parking places on the fields. Think of reusing your production materials instead of buying new ones every time. But like look into your field. I think you'll know your field much better than I do. Secondly, if we all start buying sustainable products and services and refuse the dirty ones, then sustainable stuff will become cheaper in time. Like market economy will come to help. I know it demands an effort, but I guess we have to do it anyway at some point, so let's start now. And why not do it together? Because if we let, for example, the market know, all kinds of companies that from 23 on will buy only on these conditions, from 24 on will buy only on these conditions, and from 25 there is no buying this anymore. So, and why not do it in a larger coalition? All cultural management and organizations who have something to do with buying stuff. Let's say that like we are not going to do it. We're not going to buy dirty anymore. As also our productions, the sustainable materials get cheaper, our productions get more sustainable. Also, like all these materials get cheaper, but also they create new value chains. So instead of buying like a PVC from China, you'll be buying from some local guy in Vasselina who also lives a good life there. Thirdly, the give us money argument has very short legs. You know, it only works. You can only give more money to organizations that are already on a path to sustainability. Because they know what they need to do. They'll have much clearer plans and skills for that. The state or any other investing body should not give a dime to people whose only response to sustainability is money, because we can be sure that this money will be not well spent. And fourthly, sustainable cultural production can actually create new ways of community building. So washing dishes, to buy it as a service is too expensive. Why not communicate this to your community? And we can all do our dishes ourselves, right? We all know how, don't we? And this is the call of action that I leave with you. With all of us, actually, on the cultural field. Engage with people. find ways how creators, producers, and spectators can participate in sustainable productions, cultural productions. Because it might be fun. It might increase your art's message. And it definitely is avant-garde. Thank you. And take care.